Where is my inflammation coming from? I talk about this a lot at the inflammation event. The first thing is gastrointestinal hyperpermeability, also kind of known as a leaky gut. But if your gastrointestinal system, your small intestine is hyperpermeable, then one of the things that it's going to do is it's going to be taking in a lot of undigested proteins, which then can cause a lot of immune reactions to certain types of foods. That in and of itself can cause an immune system reaction. And yes, it's going to cause inflammation. If you look at the immune system, what is the immune system responding to? It's responding to foreign proteins, toxins. It's responding to a bacteria, a virus, a food. It's how leaky is your gut? That's a huge consideration because when we look at people with autoimmunity, many times we will see just a massive gastrointestinal hyperpermeability, also known as a leaky gut, is if you are running infection. So think of this: if you ever had the flu, man, your joints hurt, you have a headache, you feel tired, you feel lethargic, and this is the response of the immune system. And in fact, a lot of times the immune system will secrete certain messengers that will make you feel that way. Am I running elevated blood sugars? It will cause damage to the connective tissue inside the body. It's called advanced glycation end stages. And so it will cause damage to those structures. And then once those structures get damaged, which might be your joint capsules, which might be your endothelial lining, your blood vessel linings. But this is why when people are running elevated blood sugars, why everything feels very, very inflamed. Physical stress. This is why the spine and the nerve system is so important, because if you're not lining yourself up with gravity and then you just start pounding away while you're not lining up with gravity, well, then it's just going to cause tissue damage in which the immune system has to try to go ahead and clean that up. Mold mycotoxicity, because this in and of itself will make you very inflamed systemically. You need to be working with a Wellness Way doctor, because the Wellness Way doctors are experts as far as figuring out what the inflammatory triggers are. And there are probably some in your area. There are some that will work with you remotely, but work with the Wellness Way doctor, and they will know the approach of exactly what to do in order to consider some of these things. Do I have a leaky gut? Am I running a chronic infection? Yes, that infection might be within the gastrointestinal system. Do I have elevated blood sugars? Do I have a lot of physical stress on my body? Do I have mold mycotoxicity? And all those things can cause all kinds of issues when it comes to chronic, unrelenting, unresolved inflammation. But those are some of the areas in which it's actually coming from. And this is why it's so important to make sure that you're working with a Wellness Way doctor. And this is why, if you're watching right now and you're from the Chicagoland area, please make sure that you get to our next inflammation event. Register for it, guys, right now, Tuesday, June 10th at 6 o'clock p.m. This is your ticket into a better life.